Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. But before I get started with this demonstration, if I could get you to hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Justice for Chloe Moore. Video shows man dragging her body, but still no arrest. What's going on? What's going on? I want to salute everybody that's catching this on the replay. I want to salute everybody that's watching from the clouds. I want to salute all of my moderators. I want to salute the Rock Squad. And I want to salute everyone this is your first time pulling up over here. It's okay to drop down in the chat. Some people would like to remain, anonymous, and that's fine. But it's all right if you drop down in the chat and congregate with my moderators and the rest of the Rock Squad. Let me salute individually, and then we will get into this demonstration. Salute Cotan. I see you, Cotan. Salute Cotan. Salute. Salute Positive Vibes. Salute. Salute Still Swinger Podcast. And if I could get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Rock Squad's own Pee-wee. Pee-wee suffered a mini stroke a few days ago. He's doing better. He's doing much better. But if I could get everyone to throw up some prayer hands for Rock Squad's own Pee-wee. Salute 80s, baby. Positive Vibes. You ain't even start talking and your head already sweating. Positive Vibes wouldn't be Positive Vibes if she didn't roast the old man. Salute Barbara. Salute Barbara. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute Slap Me Turtle. Salute. Salute. Salute everybody. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Let me drop this disclaimer. Let me read my disclaimer. And then we're going to jump into this demonstration. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. I'm going to ask the question one more time. Or as my players say, I'm going to ask the question one more again.
PB says, good looking out, family. Good looking out. We really appreciate all y'all prayers. We really appreciate y'all likes and y'all comments. What's going on? Salute, Ebony. Salute, Ebony. Is it something in the water? Is it something in the air? Or has the people really lost their minds? These are young girls. Chloe Moore had just turned 18 years old. This young lady just turned 18 years old. The way how her life was taken from her. She was set on fire. Now they don't know at this time whether or not she was already deceased when she was set on fire, but she was set on fire. That's a horrible way to go. That's a horrible death. I believe that an animal shouldn't be set on fire. I believe that nobody that could breathe, nobody that could feel, nobody that could eat, nobody, man, woman, child, or animal, nobody should be set on fire. But what's going on? What is happening when a 18-year-old young lady is set on fire? The cold piece about this case, and we're going to get deeper into the case as this demonstration goes on. And may the will of God, maybe this young lady's mother will join us on the panel. I'm looking forward to her, if not pulling up on this demonstration. I'm looking for her mother to actually join me and the rest of y'all on this panel so we can, talk about this. But the cold thing about it is we have a video. They have video footage. It reminds me of the Shanquella Robinson case all over again. In this case, they had footage. Now, allegedly, the footage, of course, I won't be able to show the footage, but allegedly in the footage, you see Chloe meets with a man in the alley. Then you see this man drag her, take her away. After that, you see the same man with a suitcase with her body in that suitcase. And he takes the suitcase with her body in it, he takes it to a field and sets it on fire. He's not arrested. He hasn't been arrested to this day. Now, this happened September of 2023, last year. Salute, Miss Parker. Miss Parker says, I'm waiting for Miss Nicole to call me Shane. So Miss Parker is waiting for this young lady's mother to contact her. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know I get very emotional. And I had stepped away. From doing these kind of stories and covering these cases because it drained me emotionally, and it just wasn't good for me health-wise. But the mother reached out to Miss Parker and asked Miss Parker if me or Miss Parker could cover this case, could, try to help get justice for this case. So I said, no problem, no problem, no problem. Y'all just bear with me because it's sad. Salute the full life. I see you, the full life. It's sad, man, that we have to stoop to this level of ignorance. This is pure ignorance. It's pure ignorance. Now, some might say, Shank, we don't have all the facts. We don't know. Maybe she done something to him. And that's a legitimate question. That's a good question. I will say that. And I have to say that everybody is not like Shank Rock. Everybody is not like the rest of y'all, because in my mind, it's nothing that she could have done to me that would cause me to react by setting her on fire. But once again, everybody is not like Shank Rock. So I do have to get that in my mind. And I'm sure you all would say the same thing, that you wouldn't have never done that. But obviously, something had to happen to make this man, to make this individual set her on fire. Who knows? Who knows? What happened to the days when we settled our differences just a little different? And I want to go deeper into this because I was thinking very hard earlier today. I was thinking about why so many young females, why are so many young females losing their lives today? It was a time when females didn't lose their lives to violence. I can go back. And if a female did lose her life to violence, it was at the hands of her husband, her ex-husband, or it was some kind of love affair. Then we went through a period when the females would get caught up in a situation with their boyfriends or their baby fathers. Their boyfriends or baby fathers may have been hustling drugs, may have been selling drugs, or may have been doing drugs, and they couldn't get the boyfriend. They couldn't get, salute Marty, I see you down there, Marty, appreciate you for pulling up. They couldn't get the boyfriend, or they couldn't get, that man. So they went after his girlfriend or his wife. Those were, times that I could think when females would lose their lives, but never what we're seeing today. The many young females that's losing their lives in such a horrible manner. This young lady was set on fire Once again, don't know if she was set on fire before her life was taken from her or after her life was taken from her. But this young lady was set on fire. Once again, Miss Parker is waiting for her mother to return her phone call to see if she's able to join us today or maybe, another day. As I stated before, I had stepped away from doing these kind of stories and doing these kind of cases because it's emotional and it drains me. But the mother reached out to Miss Parker and asked Miss Parker if me or Miss Parker could cover this story. And when I read the story, and I'm going to be playing an audio of another young man that actually broke the case down. Y'all just bear with me. I'm going to be playing that. I couldn't believe it, and the mother even mentioned to her before she left that night, she didn't want her to leave. And in so many of these cases, salute Cotan, in so many of these cases, it always turns out this way. The mother, the sister, somebody did not want them to go. Somebody had a funny feeling. So let me just say this for everybody, and this just don't only apply to younger females. Correct, positive vibes. A mother's instinct is real. And out of all the females that I've known, whether it's aunts, cousins, sisters, mothers, out of all the females that I've dealt with, I can honestly say, when it comes to that mother's instinct that positive vibes is talking about, it's real. Please believe your mother. Please believe a woman. When it comes to situations like this, I'm not saying you got to believe everything that comes out of a woman's mouth. I'm not saying that you got to believe everything that your mother said. I'm not saying that you got to believe everything that your wife said or your girlfriend. But please, when a woman tells you that they sense some kind of danger, take it from me. Please listen to that woman. That's one thing that I'll never take away from a woman. A woman got that instinct. A woman can tell when something is wrong. Every female in the chat, do y'all agree with me? Every female that I've known, my daughters, they can sense danger. So when your mother, especially your mother, please listen to your mother when she tells you she senses danger. Don't go. It's something not right. Please listen to your mother. Because as we see in the majority of these cases, the mom always says, I felt something strange and I told my daughter not to go. Her mother didn't want her to go. And she went. See, we like to think that Mom Dukes don't know what Mom Dukes is talking about. I've been there. And I was just having this conversation with my sister and my brother. Salute, Barbara. I see you down there. Barbara says, I agree. I'm a mother and a grandmother. I was just having this conversation with my sister and my brother a couple days ago. I said that I wish that I could turn back the hands of time and I would have stayed on my mother's lap. I think and my brother know when they get to roasting me, they crack their jokes. They always roast me about, I think I was like about 7, 8 years old, still sitting on my mother's lap. And they would roast me, and they still roast me. But Marty says that's the connection between a mother and a child. Facts, Marty. But what I would do to go back to when I was 7 and 8 years old and I was all up on my mother's lap, I'd give it all back to go back to them days, because my mother was only trying to protect me from what I did not know. And I'm going to tell y'all, my mother was spot on. My mother seen it way before I even indulged in it. She had seen it. And all my mother was trying to do was protect me. And me not listening, I jumped off the porch. I jumped off her lap and I ran outside and jumped off the porch. And I got myself involved in things that I'm not proud of. And I'm sure we all can relate to this. Marty says protection, that's what we try to do. That's something that you cannot take from a mother. And I know that there are some trifling mothers out here, but I'm not going to ride down on the trifling mothers. I'm not. I'll use that on another demonstration. But I want to give flowers to the mothers that's out here that's doing their best. And I know it's hard, ladies. I know. And I know sometimes y'all make bad decisions. I get it. I'm a man. I make bad decisions. To this day, I still make bad decisions. So I'm not here to pass judgment on nobody. I understand. But we got to listen to our moms when our moms is telling us something when it comes to danger. Please. So now the $1 million question is, why haven't this man been arrested? If they got him on the camera footage now, this is what they got. Same way when we look at the Shanquella Robinson video, we see Shanquella being attacked. We also hear somebody mentioning to Shanquella to fight back. We hear Shanquella saying no. Now, the FBI in the Shanquella Robinson case, the FBI said that they're not pressing charges on the travel mates at this time due to all of the travel mates agreed that Shanquella agreed to fight. When we saw the video, Shanquella didn't throw a punch. Some people say she put up her arm. Some people say she snatched off the bonnet or wig or whatever. But none of us can say we saw her throw a punch. And she also stated that she would not fight back. Now we have another video with Chloe meeting up with this man in an alley. You see the man dragging her. Stop right there. That ain't kidnapped. She was forcefully taken away, so that ain't kidnapped. But this man that I speak of hasn't been charged with nothing. So he dragged her away. That's not kidnapped. Then you see the same man with a suitcase with her body in this suitcase, allegedly. And then he takes the body to a field and sets the body on fire. Now, the medical examiner, the autopsy reports that the cause of death is unknown, undetermined. So that's why they're saying that they cannot bring any charges against this man because they don't know how she died. It reminds me of the George Floyd case. Y'all remember the George Floyd case? For 9 minutes, it was 9 minutes. It may have been more, but at least for 9 minutes, this police officer by the name of Derek Sherwood, the police officer had his knee on George Floyd's neck, causing him not to be able to breathe. You hear George Floyd, I can't breathe. Now the prosecution, I believe it was the defense team or somebody made mention at his trial that if he couldn't breathe, then he wouldn't have been able to speak. He wouldn't have been, the mere fact that he said he couldn't breathe lets you know that he actually could breathe. We all knew that that was BS. They tried to blame George Floyd's death on a drug overdose. They tried to go all the way around the fence when it came to George Floyd, the defense. Appreciate that, Marty. They tried to go all the way around the board, but we all know what we saw. So why, if we saw the last person that Chloe was with this man and he dragged her off, then we see him coming with her body stuffed in a suitcase, and then he set the body on fire. Let me play this clip and y'all let me know what y'all think. Connected. Let me play this clip and y'all let me know what y'all think.
Football update for y'all. Let me pitch myself down to a little guy so I can explain. You're going to be mad. You are going to be pissed. On September the 1st of 2023, Chloe Moore was reported missing. Desperate to find her, her family searched high and low. 2 days later, there was a brush fire in a park. The fire department put out the fire. They discovered Chloe's body in a suitcase in the middle of the fire. It was discovered that she was text messaging somebody back and forth, and they met in the alleyway. On surveillance camera, they see this dude grabbing Chloe's body out of the alleyway and taking it into his apartment complex. 2 days later, the surveillance captures him dragging her body in a suitcase and into a car. He then is helped taking the body to the park. They put the body in the park, set the bushes on fire, all caught on camera, and they take off right after they set the fire. The update? This was September 15, 2023, 2 weeks after Chloe was found. As of 2 weeks after Chloe was found, the medical examiner still didn't know the cause of death. But wait, I told you this was on camera. The police know where this dude lives. The police know who this dude is through text messages and surveillance camera. But do you think they arrested him? No. This beautiful Black queen's mother contacted me yesterday, and she said, as of today, they have not arrested this man on the fact that they don't know the cause of her death. Because they don't know how this beautiful Black queen died, they won't arrest the man that was seen on camera dragging her lifeless body into his apartment and then dragging her lifeless body out of his apartment in a suitcase and then dragging the suitcase to a nearby park and setting the park and the body on fire. But there's nothing you can do because you don't know the manner in which she died. If this ain't some Tacoma, Washington racist ass shit, no matter how she died, a grown man maliciously handled her corpse and then set it on fire. That should be enough for an arrest and a conviction. No matter how she passed away. TikTok, this case makes no sense. And Tacoma, Washington has got some explaining to do.
Y'all heard it. I mean, They didn't even charge him with what charges that y'all help me out. Is it illegal disposable of a corpse? Salute, Blue Devil. I see you down there, Blue Devil G. Salute. They didn't even charge him with setting a fire to the dead corpse. They didn't charge him with nothing. This happened in Tacoma, Washington. Positive Vibe says, unfortunately, when it comes to crimes against Black females, there's no urgency to get justice for them. That's facts. Marty says, Barbara, I'm a mom of 2 grown sons and a grandmother of 5. They're grown, but a mom still tries to provide wisdom so they don't make bad decisions. And that's facts, Marty. That's fact. Ebony says, did she know this man? Why was she meeting him? Well, allegedly, Ebony, she was texting this man. They got text messages. So she was texting this man. She did know him. So allegedly, he grabbed her, took her up to his place. So what's going on? Like, the level of disrespect for women. I'm going to just stay right there. The level of disrespect for women. Salute, Sharon. I see you down there, Sharon. Salute. Now, in my opinion, abuse of a corpse. Okay, appreciate that, Ebony. Abuse of a corpse. Appreciate it. In my opinion, that's disrespect. That's disrespect. That's just, and once again, I have to keep in mind that everybody is not like Shank Rock. Just because I let stuff slide when females do things to me, everybody is not like me. So I do got to keep that in mind. But at the same time, was it that deep? Was it that deep that you had to set a body on fire? You know, it's one thing to take a life, but then to set a body on fire, maybe I'm in another world, or maybe I'm just out of touch with reality. Maybe I'm the one that's lost. Maybe I'm the one that needs to catch up. As some say, maybe I am a simp. Maybe I have been simping lately. Maybe. Y'all probably could tell me better than I could tell myself. Is it that I'm simping? Because I can't understand what would make a man set an 18-year-old woman, an 18-year-old young lady on fire. I grew up in the game, and that's what I'm trying to understand. Now, if I'm simping, somebody pull my player card and let me know, Shank, you is simping. Because I come up in the game, but nowhere in the game that I came up in, we didn't do stuff like that. We just didn't do stuff like that. The worst scenario, if a woman got out of pocket and a woman got loud and a woman start, cussing and all that, you just get away from her. You just cut her off. You just cut her off. Look, all right, say what you want to say. Appreciate that positive vibes. The positive vibes said, no, you are Mr. Clean. Blue Devil G says, Shank, you think he snapped? And that's a strong possibility now. That's a strong possibility because, and I'm not saying that that was the case with her, but sometimes things like that do happen. I'm not going to be green and I'm not going to be naive and just make it seem like, the women that's losing their lives, somebody just randomly picked them, and just said, look, I'm going to, take this lady's life. Like I said, even though I wouldn't resort to it, but everybody ain't like me, So maybe he did snap. Maybe she did do something to him. But for me, the situation for me is I more have a problem with the system. I more have a problem with the law in these situations when we all have seen or we've learned where it's been some incidents where people were convicted of crimes just off of hearsay, she say. Somebody might say, like, remember the lady that claimed, it was a white lady. Remember the white lady claimed that she dreamt that the black dude sexually assaulted her. They locked him up and they found him guilty. Drop a 1 if y'all remember that case. Drop a 1 if y'all remember that case when the white lady, she dreamed that my man sexually assaulted her just because she dreamt it. And they found him guilty. Okay, so positive vibe. Now, come on. See, come on. Now, I only know about that much. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot, but something ain't right. Blue Devil G's, remember, something ain't right. If you have these videos, you got video footage. And you have no video footage. This woman said she dreamt it. So it didn't happen, in other words. If you dream something, it didn't happen. What's going on? What's going on? And this is one of those situations when it is about race, because not to say that other ethnical backgrounds or other nationality of women don't come unalive, because they do. It's not only melanated females. However, the percentage, the statistics are way greater when it comes to melanated women. Melanated women. The statistics are, I believe, it's like 100 to 1. For every one Caucasian woman that's unalive or non-melanated, for every one of them that's unalive, there's 100 melanated women that have been unalive. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And that's why I want to know what's going on. Is it something in the air? Is it something in the water? Is it a conspiracy? What's really going on, y'all? What's going on? Why is it that so many melanated females, in the cold piece about it, a lot of the deaths, just like in the Shankola Robinson case, and just like in the Chloe Moore case, no one is being held accountable. Positive Vibe says it's the skin color. Nobody is being held accountable. Nobody is being held accountable. All I'm saying is this. This is all I'm saying. You can't take the law into your own hands. That's all I'm saying. As I stated before, I know people take shots at you. I know. If it's somebody that know, I know people take shots at you. I know people say all kind of slick stuff out the mouth about you. I know. I get it. They get at me like that all the time. But do that mean for me to take their life? Once again, everybody ain't like Shane. I get it. Now, what I want to say to the females, and that's young or old, we got to really watch how we out here moving. And I'm not here to judge you or none of that. Blue Devil says, Shank, you think it's more black women than another? I do believe that, Blue Devil G. I do believe that. But as melanated women, y'all gotta move different. You know, you gotta play chess. Like, you're gonna have to play chess. You're going to have to think, or at least try to think. Remember Steve Harvey's book and Steve Harvey's movie, Act Like a Woman, but Think Like a Man. Salute Yvette C. I see you down there, Yvette C. Yvette C says, stop in to show some love and hope and pray Pee-wee is doing okay, and blessings to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you for pulling up, Yvette C. Glad to see you down there. Pee-wee is doing much better. As I stated before, he's doing much better. And he wants to say thank you, Yvette C., as well as Marty and Positive Vibes and 80s Babies, and everybody else that left, you know, those comments on the post. You know, he wants to thank everyone, and I want to thank everyone as well, because y'all took it out the kindness of your heart. You know, y'all didn't have to do that. Y'all took it out the kindness of your heart. And, you know, I know pretty much how y'all feel about Pee-wee. You know, everybody love Pee-wee. Now, if it was Shank Rock, I probably wouldn't have reached out. But, you know, that's just a joke. Y'all know that's a joke. But I know how everybody got love for Pee-wee, you know. So that's why I reached out. Okay, good, Marty. Marty says I talked to him. He sounded strong. Good. I'm glad that you talked to him, Marty. And any and everybody else, I'm glad that y'all had an opportunity to talk with Pee-wee and speak with Pee-wee. And hopefully Pee-wee will be joining us, you know, in the near future. I'm sure that he has a lot to say, and, you know, for him, you know, as well as me and his family, but definitely for him, it was a scary moment. You know, it was a scary moment. What, as I was saying, as far as to the females, you know, just do your best to always be on guard, always be on point. You know, Yvette says, yes, Shank, I love you too. You still my brother, no matter what. No, of course. Let me just say this. And for me, that's a true bond. For me, that's a true friend. That's a true person that tells you that they love you. If y'all bump heads, if y'all have fallouts, if y'all have disagreements, if y'all could get past that, if y'all could come back and say, hey, look, ain't no love lost. Things happen, you know. So I just want to, you know, give thanks to the whole Rock Squad family. And that's why I always say, and I still stand on what I say, it's Shank Rock's platform. But I wouldn't have been able to build it without my Rock Squad family. You know, like I said, we bump heads. We have our fallouts. I hate him. I hate her. Blah, blah, blah. Like Positive Vibes. But y'all know it's all love. You know, y'all know it's all love. But as I was stating, when it comes to the females, we gotta take in consideration that it's some creeps out here. There's some weirdos that's out here. There's some goofies that's out here. It is. And even though you might be sincere and you might be full of life, we can go back to the Shanquilla Robinson case. She was full of life. She was the life of the party, but she was around some individuals that just didn't have her best interest at heart. You know, once again, I'm sure something happened while they were over there. I don't know what happened. I'm sure. But at the end of the day, is it worth taking another human being's life? That's what I want to talk to y'all about. I get everything. I get all of the above. But at the end of the day, is it worth taking anybody's life? Because it's not right to take a man's life. No different than it is taking a woman's life. But we got to move carefully out here. We got to move carefully out here. I got to move carefully. You know, we all. But in this situation, just like the Shanquilla Robinson situation, you got a video. You got the video. And in this case, you got text messages. You got text messages. You see in the footage, you see the dude dragging her. Then you see the suitcase. Her body's in that suitcase. He got the suitcase. Then you see he set the fire. Melanated women, Black women, I'm going to say this, and I'm sure probably all of y'all can relate to what I'm about to say. It was a time when Black women were classy. And I'm not saying that y'all not classy today. I'm saying it was a time when the majority of Black women were classy. It was a time when Black women, us men could act like fools, but it was a time them black women wouldn't act like no fool. Y'all remember it was a time when if you went to jail, a Black woman wouldn't date you. Y'all remember the jailbirds? A jailbird couldn't get 5 seconds with a Black woman because she thought highly of herself. You know, a jailbird couldn't get the time of no kind of woman, even the prostitutes. The prostitutes wouldn't give a jailbird the time of day because 9 times out of 10, she knew you ain't got no money. Marty says they still can't. But you know what I mean? The prostitute would know you a jailbird. You can't do nothing for me. But today, in our culture, the jailbird gets glorified. A woman would take a jailbird quicker than they would take a man who got his ish together. If Miss Nicole, if you're watching, you're welcome to pull up. I'll drop the link. Miss Nicole, the mother of Chloe, if you're watching, and if you would like to join me on the panel, I dropped the link. Just click on that StreamYard link. Salute Nola. Salute Nola. Just click on that StreamYard link if you would like to join me on the panel. And if I could get everybody to throw up some prayer hands. Marty says, I feel that our younger women don't know their own self-worth. And that's true. That's true. Marty, where do you think it came from? Do you think it's because the younger women won't listen? Do you think it's because they're raised? Why do you think it's happening? Positive Vibe says, unfortunately, the desire to money has changed a lot of women's views. And I agree, Positive Vibes, I agree. Like even for the rappers, like even when I listen to the female rappers go harder than the men. I be listening to them and I be like, shit, you mess around and blow my head off. You know what I mean? You mess around and try to put me in Dougie style or something like that. You know, them female rappers, they go hard. I mean, they go hard. But the desire for money. Marty says sometimes it's social media and the society we live in music is so degrading of women. And I do agree. I do agree. I do agree. And I won't put all the blame on us men, but I will put some of the blame on us men because we set the tone. I remember when we started calling y'all bees and hoes and rapping about that. And that was wrong for us to do that. It really was. It was wrong for us to do that. A nation can rise no higher than its woman. But as I stated before, when Ms. Parker passed this story on to me, Nola says peer pressure has gotten out of the box. I agree. Yvette says, not get off subject, but what about young lady killed in Birmingham? Are you covering that because it's sad? I have been following it, but I wasn't going to do these stories for a while, Yvette C. and everybody else. I wasn't going to be covering these cases for a while. As y'all can see, I backed off. I went into the political lane, and I got so many hot dogs thrown at me. I got called all kind of sellouts, and but that's another subject. So I stepped away from covering these cases. But the young lady, Miss Chloe's mother, spoke with Miss Parker. And so she asked Miss Parker if me or Miss Parker could, cover this case to help get some justice. So that's the only reason why I, stepped back. Salute Juanita. But that case with the lady from the Mahogany case, that's mind-boggling. That's like what is really good. Like, so maybe, now that I'm, back covering this case, maybe I'll start covering, the Mahogany case. Maybe I'll go ahead and tap into that case because that case, that blew my mind. Like, are you serious? These cases, and it just keep going over and over. When the cold piece about they recorded it. Marty says that case is the prime example of watch the company you keep, and that's so true. And that's the thing about it. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Nola says, I never will pay $30,000 for a purse. I will never pay $500 for a weave hair. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt. The Four Light says, Shanquilla took so much out of the rock squad. It drained me. Shanquilla, it drained me. And I'm sure it drained the rest of the rock squad. It drained us, and it had us in dark places, because all this time and still no justice for Shanquilla Robinson. And you got a video. Now, this case with this young lady, Miss Chloe, this is fresh. This happened in September of last year. So October, November, December, January, February. So we're 6 months. It's 6 months. And dude hasn't been arrested, hasn't been charged with abuse of a corpse, at least. Then you could get him with kidnapping. You could get him with arson because he set the fire. That's why I'm asking, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, family? When you look at these cases, and this is women, this is female. Like I said, it's no disrespect to us men, but this is females, young females. losing their lives. So if it's a female, and it could be an old female, it don't make a difference, but especially for the young female, listen to your mother. When your mother say she sense danger, listen to your mother. Because that's one thing that I give to a woman. When they tell me something, when they say Shank, such and such, such and such, such and such, bang. Y'all gotta see that when they say we on demon time, people really on demon time. And let me say this to the female. Let me say this to the female. Don't think for 1 second, because I get a lot of females. I get a lot of females that will pop off the mouth. And now I'm talking to those females. I'm talking to those females that like to pop off at the mouth. I'm talking to those females that like to stir up trouble. I'm talking to those females that's out here moving like that. Don't think that it won't happen to you. Don't think that your brother is the baddest Negro in the world and folks are scared of your brother. Don't think that your baby father, don't think that your boyfriend, don't think that your homies is the baddest people in the world that other people is scared of and they won't do nothing to you. Don't think that that man, don't think that that boy that you think is a punk, don't think that that boy that you think is weak, don't think for 1 second, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing to me. Don't think that he won't split your wig to the white meat. I'm telling you, don't think that. Ladies, do not underestimate no man. Do not underestimate nobody. Don't you think for 1 second that that guy right there won't take your life from you. Don't you think that. And I know females, they have a tendency to think like that. I've been around females to think like that. I've had females take shots at me. So I'm telling y'all, as a female, I'm talking to those particular females. Now, if you don't think like that, if you don't move like that, if you ain't wild, if you ain't ratchet, I ain't talking to you. This don't concern you. But I'm talking to them females that's ratchet and that be wilding. I'm talking to y'all. Stop pushing up on these men. Salute Watch Queen Cooking. Appreciate you for pushing up Watch Queen Cooking. Watch Queen Cooking is a content creator, y'all. When y'all get an opportunity, subscribe to her channel and check out some of her work. Appreciate you for pulling up Watch Queen Cooking. And if I could get everybody to show Watch Queen Cooking some love. Right. And that's what I'm saying, Blue Devil G. Everybody ain't like Shank Rock. Every man ain't like me. I'm just being 100. Don't think that you could go around and you could be just talking any kind of way to these men, these boys. I'm not saying that it's justified. I'm not saying that it's right for them to put their hands on you. But I'm just saying, sometimes we got to take accountability. Sometimes we got to watch what we say out of our mouth. Sometimes we got to watch, like Marty said, we got to watch the company that we keep. Sometimes we just got to watch the company that we keep. Make sure everybody subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to Miss Parker's channel, make sure y'all subscribe to Miss Parker's channel because Miss Parker wants Chloe's mother to pull up over here on my platform. But like I told Miss Parker, either or. She could pull up on either one of our platforms. Either one of us can interview Chloe's mother. Juanita, salute Juanita. Juanita says, in my opinion, it's social media and the need to fit in that's causing these folks to spin out of control. That's a good point, Juanita. That's a good point. They see what's on social media. You know, they think it's sweet, and that's not the case. It's not the case. You know, don't jeopardize your life or don't jeopardize your freedom because of social media. You see, they trying to ban TikTok. And the way that it's looking, TikTok gonna probably be done with. And it ain't gonna be long before they make their way around to Instagram. It ain't gonna be long before they make their way around to YouTube. You know? So as a lady, you're gonna have to think differently. You're gonna have to think differently. It's too many of y'all losing your lives. You know, it's just too many of y'all losing your lives. And I know y'all want to get out. I know y'all want to do y'all thing. I would never tell you don't do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Whatever it is, do your thing. But watch your surroundings. Watch the company that you keep. That's all I'm saying. Ladies, every joker, listen, ladies, every man is not just trying to have a good time with you. You got to watch them men. You got to watch them men that'll give you what you want. You got to watch them men that'll give you $500, that'll give you a stack. You got to watch them type men. You got, and that's why I'm saying move accordingly. Do your thing. That's another good thing. Blue Devil G. Ladies, go as a group. Move as a group. Like I said, I remember, you know, and this is something that I had to talk to the ladies about. Now, I remember as women, as females, as girls, females at one time, y'all really had each other's back. Like I said, when I was growing up, if it was 5 females, and if 4 of the females wanted to have sex, and that one female didn't want to have sex, and that one female said, I'm leaving, most of the time, them 4 females going to leave with that one female. They going to say, no, we can't let her leave by herself. That's why I'm saying, I remember a time when females really had their ish together. And ladies, don't throw your hot dogs at me. Don't throw your shoes at me. But the majority of the females today don't have their ish together as far as when the way they think. And when I say about that, I'm talking about as far as looking out for each other. Y'all got to look out for each other. It is what it is. Do that for me. Look out for each other. Make sure don't nothing happen to each other. If that's your girl, if that's your home girl, that's your home girl. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to her. Nothing. Now, I know you can't watch over and you can't stop her from doing this and stuff, but if y'all go together, help me out, Marty. Help me out, Nola. Help me out, Miss Parker. Positive Vibes. Help me out, Watch. If y'all go together, y'all return back together. If you go somewhere with her, y'all going to return back in one piece. Now, that's what I need to talk to y'all ladies about. Not all. But if that's your home girl, come back together. If that's your buddy, that's your buddy. It is what it is. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to your home girl. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to your sis. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to your niece. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to your auntie. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to your mother. You don't supposed to let nothing happen to your daughter. If y'all go together, if y'all leave, y'all return back together. Y'all are not supposed to let nothing happen to each other. And I'm just keeping it 100. And that's how y'all got to think. Y'all got to get back to that mentality. Y'all got to get back to that mentality that it's y'all against the world. I'd rather have y'all on that mentality. I'd rather have y'all thinking that the men is the enemies and y'all need to stick together. I'm keeping it 100. I would rather for y'all to consider me, a man, as the enemy than to see y'all come thinking that y'all each other is enemies of each other. No, hell no. Hell no. Think I'm the enemy. Think that man, think that them men that y'all out with, think that they the enemy. And know that this my sis right here. You know, this my sis, this my girl. No, Because don't think for 1 minute. Don't think for 1 minute that if something happened to your sis, don't think for 1 minute that if something happened to your hunger, don't think for 1 minute that you're going to get away with it. You might get away with it temporarily. You might get away with it temporarily. Any man, ladies, listen to me. Any man that would want you to cause harm to a female that's supposed to be your girl, any man that would set it up for you to do something to your homegirl, that ain't no man. That ain't no man. That ain't no man. Now, ladies, let me say this. Ladies. I ain't saying it's this completely situation. I ain't saying, because some of y'all ladies do this though. Now, I ain't saying if you got a homegirl, and I ain't saying for you to be all in your homegirl and her boyfriend business. No, I ain't saying that. That don't apply to that. I ain't saying for you to be trying to force your girlfriend to leave her boyfriend, and you know she got a good boyfriend. Let me say that. Because some of y'all ladies do that. Y'all know y'all homegirl got a good man or got a good husband, and y'all try to break up that relationship. I ain't talking about that. I'm only talking about when it comes to a man doing physical harm to your homegirl. That's negative. That's negative. That's a coward. That man is a coward, and you are less of a woman, and you're less of a friend. If you allow something to happen to your friend, if you allow a man to do something to your friend or your sis, you are not a friend. And that's a coward. That's not a real man. Bingo, Marty. And that's what I always say. I see you roasting me down there in Positive Vibes. Blue Devil G says no snitching. Marty says no, but if you ride with your girlfriend, just be there to listen to them and support them. And I say it all the time. Lend an ear before you lend your tongue and your opinion. Lend an ear. Just listen to them. Just listen to them. Let them vent. Because this is what I've noticed. And it goes both ways. You can tell for me, I can tell my homeboy to leave his girl. His girl can be wrong. And I can tell my homeboy, man, you need to leave her. He ain't going to leave her. Vice versa. A female, you could tell your homegirl, he ain't no good for you. Leave him alone. And she still be with him. So in those relationship situations, all we could do is lend a helping hand. Unless it's some physical abuse going on. Now, I tell any woman, if a man threatens you, if a man jumps in your face, listen, ladies, if a man tells you, I will beat your ass, ladies, believe that fool. I'm telling you. Ladies, let me say it again. If your husband, if your boyfriend, if your baby father tells you, I will beat your ass, believe that fool. Now, that's something different as a friend. Right, Marty? She'll stay with him and be mad at you. That's as a friend. Now, that's the only time, right, Blue Devil G? Call 911. But that's the only time, in my opinion, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, that's the only time that a friend or family member should intervene. If there's physical abuse going on, then that's when you step in and say, you need to leave him, and you need to leave him fast. And another thing that I know, if he hit you once, help me out, the full life. The full life, help me out. If a man hits you once, ladies, y'all can help me out too. If a man hits you once, what's coming? He bound to hit you again. Now, arguing, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. An argument between you and your man, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. If he yell, if he scream, that's acceptable. But if he threatens you, you got to get away from him. If I threaten you, you got to get away from Shank Rock. Because I don't sell no wolf tickets. If I tell you I'm going to beat your ass, I'm going to beat your ass. So if a man tells you he going to beat your ass, you got to get away from him. I'm just like I said, everybody, I'm like, when is this going to stop? Like, right, watch Queen cooking. Most women don't leave. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm in y'all defense on this demonstration, ladies. I'm in the ladies' defense on this demonstration. I do get it. I get it. When you love somebody, I get it. When you emotionally wrapped up in somebody, I get it. And as women, I get it. Women want to see the good in a man. I get it. I get it. Women wants to see the good in their man. That's their man. That's their man. So she wants to see the good in him. Because somewhere, once upon a time, listen, ladies, once upon a time, he didn't display the anger, the madness. He didn't display that at once upon a time. At once upon a time, he was loving, compassionate, and caring at once upon a time. So she is holding on to that. Well, he used to love me. Well, you know, maybe it's something that I'm doing. Maybe if I change, maybe if I do this, then maybe he'll go back to that person again. I get it. I get it. And that's understandable. That's understandable. Me being a man, that's understandable. You want to see the good in your man. It's like a mother and her child. A mother, he can be the worstest thing in the neighborhood. But to his mother, he's still, for her, that's still my baby. My man can be the worstest thing in the neighborhood. But to his mother, that's still her baby. Because at once upon a time, he wasn't the madman in the neighborhood that everybody knows and everybody is scared of. Y'all notice this? Y'all notice this? Some of the most biggest gangsters or some of the most notorious men, like in the neighborhoods and stuff like that, y'all ever notice that they were afraid of their mothers? Y'all ever know? I know some serious dudes, but the fear of their mom was greater than any fear. They feared their mom more than they feared God. They were scared of their mother. And you'd be looking at him like, nigga, all this hell you didn't cause. All this, you know what I mean? And you'd be like, nigga, you scared of your mother? And they'll tell you, they'll be like, yeah, that's my mother. My mother don't play. And you'd be like, God damn. But I understand, ladies. But on a serious note, ladies, y'all gotta protect yourselves from these men. You know, I'm not bashing us as men, but I'm just keeping it 100. Ladies, y'all gotta protect yourselves from these men. For Life said, we from the same place, Shank. Yeah. People used to give me hell. He can't. He's scared of his mother. When we come on his block, you can't even say a cuss word when you come on his block. When you go on his porch, you can't do nothing on his porch. But when he around over there, he causing all kind of hell. I know. That's why I know. Because I was scared of my mama. But on a serious note, ladies, on a serious note, y'all gotta watch these men that y'all are dealing with. All of us ain't bad. All of us ain't bad. But ladies, when it get to that point, listen to. When it get to that point, and he telling you, I'm gonna beat your ass, ladies, an ass whooping is coming. Because most of the time, a man will tell you before he does it. Most of the times, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the times, a man, he gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna walk you through step by step. Most of the time, and most of the men that I know, they're gonna walk you through it step by step. They're gonna tell you each play before it happens. They're gonna tell you what they get ready to do. The first step is what? We all grown, but the first step a man gonna tell you is, man, I'm a sex the hell out of you. I'm a smash you. We tell y'all. And when he tell you, he gonna beat it up. He beat it up, right? Same thing when he gonna put his hands on you. And this is, I'm laughing and I'm joking, but it's serious. And I want y'all to understand that it's serious. And you gotta take heed to your man. You gotta take heed to whatever man it is that you're dealing with. I'm a man. I'm letting you know. We're gonna give you the heads up. And when they give you the heads up and they tell you, and I know for some of y'all think it's true. Some of y'all think he really loves me. That's not love. That's not love. Because if a man loves you, he will not put his hands on you. Because contrary to what anybody believes, if your man got to put his hands on you, that's not the man for you. And fellas, if you got to put your hands on your woman, that ain't the woman for you. It comes natural. It comes natural. I got to argue with you all the time. I'm telling y'all my character. You get me out of my character, I got to go. I got to go. And that's female or male. I got to go. Because I know me. I'm only going to let so much slide. And any and everybody know me. They're going to tell you. When Shank tell you he going to do something, he going to do it. So before I get there, I'm gone. And fellas, that's how we have to think. If, I'm going to say it again, this is for the fellas. If you are with a woman that you have to put your hands on her, that ain't the woman for you. Because love don't hurt. If you love her, you will not hurt her. Emotionally, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens emotionally. But physically, if you love her, you will not put your hands on her. A simp will put his hands on a woman. A simp will put his hands on a woman. A gangster ain't gonna put his hands on no woman. Pimping is all about finessing. So you know real pimping Now, I know Hollywood gave pimping a black eye, but real pimping is about finesse. If you can't finesse the broad, you ain't no pimp. If she don't choose you, you ain't pimping. Gorilla pimping is not pimping. That's gang banging pimping. Don't no gangsters put their hands on their females. I'm giving up game, and it's free game. I can't be giving up free game. But for y'all, I'll do that. If I could just get one female, if I could just get one male to listen, that's all I need is one. Because then they could make a difference in their life. And then they can make a difference in other people's life. So if I could just get one to listen to me, I'm good. This is free game. Take it from me. That ain't gangster if you beating up on a female. That ain't pimping if you gotta beat the bitch. Excuse my language. That's not pimping. Sometimes I have to talk raw. Sometimes I have to talk in this manner to get across to some people because some people only recognize that language. So it's no disrespect. But we got to clean up our act. Chloe Moore was unalive. She just turned 18 years old. She was set on fire. Her mother didn't want her to go. Her mother tried to stop her because her mother said something. Her mother knew something wasn't right. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I'll wait on Chloe's mother to contact me or Miss Parker to let us know when she, will be able to join us. Because I would like to talk to her. And I would like for the Rock Squad. Appreciate that cash donation, the For Life. Appreciate that cash donation to For Life. And if you would like to support the channel, the cash app is $ERICMCINT. Appreciate that positive vibes. Appreciate that cash donation to For Life. Because I would love to talk with her mother. And I would love to let her mother know that, of course, the Rock Squad is there for her. There's also a GoFundMe account. Appreciate that, Marty. If you would like to support the channel, that's the cash app. There's also a GoFundMe account. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get it. The young lady, okay, for watch Queen. Let me play this real quick. Let me play the audio of my man that's saying what happened while I search for the GoFundMe.
Bluetooth connected.
So this is for everybody that just pulled up. This is a brief description of what happened. To Chloe Moore.
Unbelievable update for y'all. Let me piss myself down to a little guy so I can explain. You're going to be mad. You are going to be pissed. On September the 1st of 2023, Chloe Moore was reported missing. Desperate to find her, her family searched high and low. 2 days later, there was a brush fire in the park. The fire department put out the fire, they discovered Chloe's body in a suitcase in the middle of the fire. It was discovered that she was text messaging somebody back and forth, and they met in the alleyway. On surveillance camera, they see this dude grabbing Chloe's body out of the alleyway and taking it into his apartment complex. 2 days later, the surveillance captures him dragging her body in a suitcase and into a car. He then is helped taking the body to the park. They put the body in the park, set the bushes on fire, all caught on camera, and they take off right after they set the fire. The update? This was September 15, 2023, 2 weeks after Chloe was found. As of 2 weeks after Chloe was found, the medical examiner still didn't know the cause of death. But wait, I told you this was on camera. The police know where this dude lives. The police know who this dude is through text messages and surveillance camera. But do you think they arrested him? No. This beautiful Black queen's mother contacted me yesterday, and she said, as of today, they have not arrested this man on the fact that they don't know the cause of her death. Because they don't know how this beautiful Black queen died, they won't arrest the man that was seen on camera dragging her lifeless body into his apartment and then dragging her lifeless body out of his apartment in a suitcase and then dragging the suitcase to a nearby park and setting the park and the body on fire. But there's nothing you can do because you don't know the manner in which she died. If this ain't some Tacoma, Washington racist ass shit, no matter how she died, a grown man maliciously handled her corpse and then set it on fire. That should be enough for an arrest and a conviction. No matter how she passed away. TikTok, this case makes no sense. And Tacoma, Washington has got some explaining to do. Let me know what you think about Chloe in the comments because this is messed up. I send my condolences to her mother, Karen. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Your daughter was a beautiful Black queen, and she did not deserve this.
Right, Juanita? What the right? How do you explain it? How can you explain it? How can you explain that? The fact they know where he at. They know who it is. They didn't charge him with nothing. They didn't charge him with nothing. Right before, like, I guess she got back up and killed herself and set herself on fire. No charges. No charges. So make sure everybody stay tuned. Right. Watch Queen Cooker says, "Oh my God, some sick people in this world." Yeah, very sad. Make sure everybody stay tuned. You know, for the day that I do get a chance to interview her mother. Her mother will be joining me. I'm not sure when. Make sure everybody stay tuned. Right, Juanita. The justice system is whack. And it's very, very whack. Can't help but think of what we already went through and can we again? I could just imagine her mom like it's one thing for this to happen to her daughter. You You know, it's one thing for it to happen to her daughter, but then it's another. You got the proof. You got the proof. She ain't take her own life. You got the proof. And this coward, this animal. Salute my boo. Appreciate you for pulling up, my boo. I see you, my boo. Appreciate you for pulling up, my boo. This coward, this animal. Hopefully, when I do interview the mother, hopefully I'll have pictures of this coward, so everybody can definitely be on the lookout for it. But it's mind-boggling. You know, you mean to tell me that he ain't arrested? That's the cold piece. It's like for Shaquilla's father, mother, and sister. It's like, okay, we see what's on video. And not only Shaquilla's family, and not only Chloe's more family, but for thousands of other women out here who lost their lives, and you got a video of it. That's the cold piece. Like, go back to when they beat Rodney King. We all know what we saw. Oh, well, if he wouldn't have kept trying to get up, if he would have just laid down, what are you talking about? His natural reflex. It's your natural reflex. You got 6, 7 police officers whipping your ass with billy clubs. It's your natural reflex to get up. What's going on? Can somebody tell me what's going on? What's really good? What's really going on? Can my moderators, can the Rock Squad, can the newcomers, can somebody tell the old man what's going on? Marty says demonic spirits in his world. And they tell you, Marty, I'm on demon time. I believe it now. I'm a believer. I believe it now. I'm on demon time. You know, you be like, huh? They did what? Like I said, do your thing. I'm the last one to tell you not to do your thing. Do your thing. Well, ladies, watch the company you keep. I gotta keep stressing this. Ladies, watch the company you keep. Everybody that say they're your friend is not your friend. Everybody that say they're your sis is not your sis. Y'all gonna have disagreements. Y'all gonna have fallouts. That's just natural. That's human nature. You're gonna have fallouts with your friend or your sis. That's natural. But something like this, like the mahogany situation, that was just like, what the hell? That shouldn't have never happened. That shouldn't have never happened. It's okay to be alone. Ladies, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to not have friends. It's okay. It's okay to separate yourself from people that say they're your friend, but you find out they moving foul. It's okay to separate from them. the first red flag that you get, sometimes you gotta act on it. For the fellas too. Fellas, we get in them situations too. So and let me just make it worldwide, as the American people, there's white people too. White people, y'all be in the same situations that we be in. So don't just act like it's just a black thing. White people, y'all kill each other too. Mexicans, every other nationality, every other group of people, y'all got white on white crime. Y'all got Mexican on Mexican crime. So just let this right here be for all people. We all, everybody have to watch they surroundings. Everybody got to watch the company that they keep. Everybody, including me. I'm not exempt. The same message that I get at y'all, I got to take it too. But it's okay to be alone. It's okay. It's okay to be called corny and lame. I stress this in every demonstration because trust me, being corny and lame most of the time can save your freedom as well as your life. Because if the people think you corny and lame, that's less people that you're going to have to worry about being around you. Because after all, ain't too many people going to be friends with somebody that's corny or lame, right? But let me tell you one thing about them people that's considered to be corny and lame. They got good jobs, huh? They eat and they sleep well. They don't be under no stress. They got money in the bank. They can take vacations. They ain't got to worry about nobody robbing them. They ain't got to worry about none of that foolishness because people consider them to be corny and lame. So most people don't want to socialize with them. So that's less headaches that you got to worry about. When I was in the streets, I had everybody wanting to be down with me. Everybody wanted to be moved. Everybody wanted to go on capers with me. Everybody wanted to be my friend. Everybody wanted to be my homie. Girls just throwing their drawers at me. But I ain't know who to trust. When I took on this mentality that I got now, this mind frame that I got now, I don't go through none of that. Because guess what? Ain't nobody texting me. Ain't nobody calling me. Believe that. Let them call you corny and lame. Let them think that you corny and lame. That's less headaches you're going to have to worry about. I'm telling y'all, remember, I don't know everything. But the little that I do know, I know what I know. You go to any penitentiary, 9 out of 10 people that's in the penitentiary going to tell you, if I could do it over, I would have been over there with the corny and lame one. This is real talk. This is top of the notch game. This free game. Trust me. You'll go further in life if the people think you are corny and lame. Because after all, most people don't want to indulge with the lames. Most people don't want to indulge with those that are corny. Oh, you can't go nowhere with me. You too corny for me. Huh? Huh? Girls that everybody is chasing after. She ain't gonna mess with nobody that's corny or lame. But the good girls, y'all do know it is some good girls out here. The righteous, the virtuous women, y'all do know it's some virtuous women out here. They want the corny and lame guys. Why? Why? Because they know it's longevity if I date this corny and lame guy. His corny and lame ass got a future. And along with his future, I want to be a part of his future. The thugs, the knuckleheads, they don't got futures. They're going to end up two places, in a cemetery or in a penitentiary. It ain't no future in the cemetery. You're dead. You're gone. It ain't no future in the penitentiary. You around a bunch of dicks. Excuse my language, but I gotta come raw. You won't be around a bunch of dicks. If that ain't corny, if that ain't lame, you call my man that ain't never been in the penitentiary, that's scared to go to, you call him corny or lame, but he out here getting all the pussy. Please excuse my language, y'all. But I got to tell it. He out here having a ball. He out here having fun. He out here living a good life. Your ass in penitentiary. Come on, y'all. I'll leave on this. It's okay to be called corny and lame. It's okay. Trust me. Trust me. Let them call you corny. Let them call you lame. You'll be able to move more easy in the streets. You're a non-factor. Ain't nobody worrying about whether you got more money than them. Ain't nobody worrying. You ain't on nobody's radar. You are corny. You are lame. But you got your freedom. You got your life. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Once again, I'm looking forward to having the mother of Chloe Moore. I'm looking forward to having her pull up over here. Nola says, I think Trump's case get rejected. Conflict of interest. Shanquilla has lots of conflicts of interest. Make sure everybody be on the lookout for the interview of me and Chloe Moore's mother. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute. I'll leave the chat running and y'all can hang around. Salute everybody.